Hello everyone and welcome back to our channel. I'm your host Emily and today we are counting down our list of the top 10 haunting last pictures of celebrities you were never meant to see. Coming in at number 10 is John Lennon. John Lennon was an English singer, songwriter, musician, and peace activist who achieved worldwide fame as founder, co-writer, and co-lead vocalist and rhythm guitarist of The Beatles. As a performer, writer, and co-writer, John had 25 #1 singles in the Billboard Hot 100 chart. Rolling Stone ranked him the 5th greatest singer and the 38th greatest artist of all time. He was inducted into the Songwriters Hall of Fame in 1997 and the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame twice, as a member of the Beatles in 1988 and as a solo artist in 1994. At approximately 5 p.m. on December 8, 1980, John autographed a copy of Double Fantasy for Mark David Chapman before leaving the Dakota with Yoko Ono for a recording session at the record plant. In this photo, you can see him signing the autograph, and hours later, John returned to the Dakota in a limo at around 10:50 p.m. They left the vehicle and walked through the archway of the building, and Mark then assassinated John, injuring him twice in the back and twice in the shoulder at close range. John was rushed in a police cruiser to the emergency room of the Roosevelt Hospital, where he was pronounced dead on arrival at 11:15 p.m., and he died at 40 years old. Number 9. Candy Darling was an American actress, best known as a Warhol superstar and transgender icon. She starred in Andy Warhol's films Flesh and Women in Revolt and was a muse of the Velvet Underground. In this photo, Candy Darling is on her deathbed, taken shortly before she died of lymphoma on March 21st, 1974. In a letter written on her deathbed and intended for Andy Warhol and his followers, she said, "Unfortunately, before my death, I had no desire left for life. I am just so bored by everything, you might say bored to death. Did you know I couldn't last? I always knew it. I wish I could meet you all again." She passed away at just 29 years old. Number 8. Paul Walker. Paul Walker was an American actor. He was known for his role as Brian O'Connor in the Fast and Furious franchise. This is a photo of Paul Walker taken while he was leaving a charity event. On November 30th, 2013, moments later in this red Porsche, driven by Roger Rhodes, crashed into a concrete lamppost and caught fire, killing both men. Roger died of multiple trauma, while Paul died from the combined effects of trauma and burns. Both of their bodies were burned beyond recognition, and Paul was only 40 years old. No alcohol or other drugs were found in either man's system, and neither mechanical failure nor road conditions appeared to play a role. The car's speed was between 80 to 93 miles per hour, aka 130 to 150 kilometers per hour, and the age of the tires were the primary reason behind it. Now, the curve where both men died is a popular spot for drifting cars. Number 7. Whitney Houston. Whitney Houston was a singer and actress. Nicknamed The Voice, she is one of the best-selling music artists of all time, with sales of over 200 million records worldwide. She's the only artist to have had 7 consecutive #1 singles on the Billboard Hot 100, including 2 Emmy Awards, 6 Grammy Awards, 16 Billboard Music Awards, and 28 Guinness World Records, as well as induction into the Grammy, Rhythm and Blues Music, and Rock and Roll Halls of Fame. Whitney struggled with addiction problems and she went to rehab for them. This photo shows Whitney Houston seen leaving True Hollywood Club 2 days before her death. On February 11th, 2012, Whitney was found unconscious in Suite 434 at the Beverly Hilton Hotel, submerged in the bathtub. Toxicology results revealed the presence of prescription and non-prescription drugs in her system, and the manner of death was listed as an accidental drowning. She passed away at age 48. Number 6. Robert F. Kennedy. Robert F. Kennedy, also known by the nickname Bobby, was an American lawyer and politician who served as the 64th United States Attorney General from January 1961 to September 1964, and as a U.S. Senator from New York from January 1965 until his assassination in June 1968. He was, like his brothers John and Edward, a prominent member of the Democratic Party, and has come to be viewed as some historians as an icon of modern American liberalism. This photo of Robert Kennedy was taken moments after his assassination at the Ambassador Hotel in Los Angeles by Sirhan Sirhan on June 5, 1968. He died early the next morning, and after his arrest, Sirhan said, "I can explain it, I did it for my country." Sirhan said he was motivated to assassinate Kennedy by his support for Israel during the 1967 Six-Day War. Robert died at age 42 years old. Number 5. Elvis Presley. Elvis Presley was a singer and actor. Dubbed the king of rock and roll, he is regarded as one of the most significant cultural figures of the 20th century. Having sold over 500 million records worldwide, Elvis is recognized as the best-selling solo music artist of all time by Guinness World Records. He was commercially successful in many genres, including pop, country, rhythm and blues, adult contemporary, and gospel. Elvis won 3 Grammy Awards, received the Grammy Lifetime Achievement Award at age 36, and has been inducted into multiple music halls of fame. He holds several records, including the most RIA certified gold and platinum album and the most albums charted on the Billboard 200. In 2018, Elvis was posthumously awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Now, this photo of Elvis Presley was taken at Graceland in the early hours of August 16, 1977, having just visited the dentist. Later that day, Elvis had a heart attack and died in his bathroom, having had complications due to addiction and a weak heart resulting from this. He had suffered from a range of health issues brought on by his lifestyle, including addiction and an indulgent diet, and he passed away at age 42. Number 4. James Dean. James Dean was an American actor. He's best known for his roles in Rebel Without a Cause, East of Eden, and Giant. This photo of him from September 30th, 1955 at a gas station was taken the day that he died. James was a keen driver and he loved to race cars. He died when he crashed the Porsche in this photo, swerving to avoid an oncoming car. When James introduced himself to British actor Alec Guinness during an encounter in Hollywood, he asked him to take a look at the car. Alec thought the car appeared sinister and told Dean, "If you get in that car, you will be found dead in it by this time next week." Now, this happened on September 23rd, 1955, 7 days before James's death, which is just creepy. He died at age 24, and after his death, James became the first actor to receive a posthumous Academy Award nomination for Best Actor for his role in East of Eden, and upon receiving a second nomination for his role in Giant the following year, James became the only actor to have had 2 posthumous acting nominations. In 1999, the American Film Institute ranked him 18th Best Male Movie Star of the Golden Age Hollywood and AFI's 100 Years, 100 Stars list. Number 3. Princess Diana. Princess Diana was a member of the royal British family. She was the first wife of King Charles III, then Prince of Wales, and mother of Princes William and Harry. She was loved by the general public for her unconventional approach to charity work. Her work initially centered on children and the elderly, but she later became known for her involvement in 2 particular campaigns. One involved the social attitudes towards the acceptance of AIDS patients, and the other for the removal of landmines promoted through the International Red Cross. She also raised awareness and advocated for ways to help people affected by cancer and mental illness. She was constantly hounded by the paparazzi, which unfortunately resulted in her death. On August 31st, 1997, Diana was fatally injured in a car crash in the Point de Lama tunnel in Paris. This photo shows her car speeding away from the Ritz in Paris at around 12:20 a.m. as Princess Diana is looking back at the pursuing paparazzi. Seconds after the picture was taken, the car went into a tunnel where the driver lost control and crashed into a pillar. Diana was critically injured but died later that morning in the hospital. Now, because Diana was so loved and hated by the royals for being so loved, there's a conspiracy theory that the royal family planned for her to be killed, and I honestly believe this, which is so unfortunate. She passed away at the age of 36. Number 2. Martin Luther King Jr. Martin Luther King Jr. was an American Baptist minister and activist, one of the most prominent leaders pioneers in the civil rights movements from 1955. An African-American church leader and son of early civil rights activist and minister Martin Luther King Sr., King advanced civil rights for people of color in the United States through nonviolence and civil disobedience. Inspired by his Christian beliefs and the nonviolent activism of Gandhi, he led targeted nonviolent resistances against Jim Crow laws and other forms of discrimination. King participated in and led marches for the right to vote, desegregation, labor rights, and other civil rights. The photo on the left shows Martin Luther King Jr. standing with other civil rights leaders on a balcony of the Lorraine Motel in Memphis, Tennessee on April 3, 1968. A day later, he was assassinated in approximately the same place by James Earl Ray. The photo on the right was taken directly after the assassination. King was rushed to St. Joseph's Hospital. Now, there are also many conspiracy theories surrounding the assassination, as people believe it was a setup from the government. The assassination led to a nationwide wave of race riots in Washington, D.C., Chicago, Baltimore, Louisville, Kansas City, and dozen other cities. He died at age 39. And coming in at number 1 is John F. Kennedy. John F. Kennedy, often referred to as JFK, was an American politician who served as the 35th President of the United States from 1961 until 1963. He was the youngest person to assume the presidency by election and the youngest president at the end of his tenure. JFK served at the height of the Cold War and represented Massachusetts in both houses of the U.S. Congress prior to his presidency. This photo of JF Kennedy was taken just before his assassination in Dallas on November 22, 1963. He was in Texas on a political trip to smooth over frictions in the Democratic Party between liberals and conservatives. Traveling in a presidential motorcade through downtown Dallas, he was assassinated, hit once in the back and once in the head. Kennedy was taken to Parkland Hospital for an emergency medical treatment, where he was pronounced dead 30 minutes later at 1 p.m. He died at age 46. Now, Lee Harvey Oswald was charged with Kennedy's assassination, which he denied, but Oswald was assassinated as well soon after. The assassination spawned numerous conspiracy theories. These theories alleged that the involvement of the CIA, the Mafia, Vice President Lyndon B. Johnson, Cuban Prime Minister Fidel Castro, the KGB, or some combination of these individuals and entities. The original FBI investigation and Warren Commission report, as well as an alleged benign CIA cover-up, have led to the claim that the federal government deliberately covered up crucial information in the aftermath of the assassination. Well, that's all for our list of the top 10 haunting last pictures of celebrities you were never meant to see. Some of these photos are truly just sad. Were you a fan of any of these celebrities? Let us know in the comments below, and make sure to like and subscribe. I'm your host Emily, and I'll see you next time. Peace. With Ono Yoko for a recording session at the record plant. Ono, I said it backwards, didn't I? Yoko Ono. Oh my gosh.